when I'm dancing and bouncing her off the floor, imagine if we were bouncing this one off the floor. Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. I get a lot of DMs and comments from you guys asking me, out of all of these bags, what are my most used? What do I actually use? What I actually get my money's worth out of? And today I am going to share with you my top 5 most used Louis Vuitton bags. If you've been on this channel before, you will know that my first luxury handbag house, because I loved Louis Vuittons before I got to handbags, but my first luxury love for handbags was Louis Vuitton, and it was the Louis Vuitton monogram that made me fall in love with the brand and made me fall in love with luxury handbags. So I'm going to start with sharing with you my top 5 used Louis Vuitton handbags. It will leave a lot on the shelves that maybe don't get used as much, but I'm trying to rotate more and I'm trying to get better with that. But let's start with the obvious one, which is beside me. I have brought her up to the video for the honour of this video. She normally sits where she gets dumped whenever I come in from work and where I leave her sitting, because she's used every single day. And it is, of course, the Neverfull. You can see in here. Yeah. She is a workhorse. She comes to work with me every single day, every day. If we go traveling, she comes. If we go on a weekend trip, she comes. If we're going anywhere and things need to be carried, this basically will be somewhere in the vicinity of me. You will see her in my vlogs when we go away. You will see her, she just gets used a huge amount. This would be my most used bag out of all of my bags. Every brand, every type of brand, every type of bag, this would be my most used, and it is because she is my everyday workhorse for work. Now, she's heavy. Like, I can tell you there's a weight in there. I do have an organizer in her, but with everything else that goes in there, she is definitely being felt on your shoulder. There is no getting away from that. Mine is the GM size, which is the largest size. That works for me because there is a laptop in there, there's agenda in there, there's notebooks in there, there's papers in there. There can be a lot of stuff carried on this on a daily basis, but she is number 1 of my most used Louis Vuitton bags, and to be honest with you, would be number 1 of my most used every type of bag. She is the bag that I would replace first if I woke up one day and these were all gone. She is the bag that will always be in my collection. This is the second one of these bags that I have. The first one is well loved and well worn and sits upstairs in my office holding papers. I can't part with her. Loved her so much, as soon as she got to that point, I went out and bought a second one. Number 2 in ranking these of my most used bags would be this one. And this, I think, if you haven't heard me talk about this bag before or know my lifestyle, is probably a shock, because I fully appreciate that when I look behind me and the bags that are here, there are bags that I find more aesthetically pleasing. I am a colour lover. There are certainly bags there with more colour, more vibrant, that speak to me more. There's tweeds and fabrics and sequins, and I like things that are a little bit out there and a little bit different. This probably doesn't fit with what you would expect maybe as much, but the reason that this works for me and is number 2 of my most used Louis Vuitton bags is because I have a very busy lifestyle. I am a mum, I work full time, I have 2 young boys, I have 4 dogs, yes 4, just the 4. I have 4 dogs, and life can be very, very busy. So whenever I am taking the boys out, taking the dogs out, I need something that is quite carefree. This is the bag I use as a grab and go. This is the bag if I'm going to the grocery store that I will throw around me. If I'm going to the park, if I'm taking the dogs, this is what I will use. This strap on it makes this bag very, very light, so it's not adding a huge amount of weight to me. I have an old shoulder problem and I can struggle if I'm wearing a bag on my shoulder for a long period of time. It sits very flat to your body. I normally put my phone in the front compartment and my card holder, keys, anything else that I need in the back compartment, and this is what comes out with me in those sorts of circumstances. When my children get older, I would assume that my second most used Louis Vuitton bag will probably change, because this is very much tied to my lifestyle at the minute. It's very usable for me. I don't think I would get ever rid of it, because even if I wasn't using it like that, I think I would keep the pouches separate, especially with the price these are now to buy individually. But for a workhorse, functioning grab and go mum type bag, I think this is really fabulous, and this is number 2 on my most used Louis Vuitton bags. Number 3 is probably a surprise, because she is not the most practical of bags, and it's this petite malle. Oh my goodness, something happened to me when I bought this bag. I absolutely fell in love with it. And wherever we're going, if we're going out somewhere, I will try to work in this bag, and I'm still at that stage with it now. I do know and understand myself and know that that honeymoon period will fade slightly and I will move back and gravitate back to other bags, but at the minute I still just love her so much. She's a thing of beauty. Like, she's not the most practical, I'll give you that. I have, and I've said this in other videos, I dropped her once on a night when we were partying quite hard and she has a scuff out of her hair. So she's not the best bag to be taking out, dropping on the floor if you're getting a little bit excited on a night out, but she still comes. You can see there's rubbish in mine because she does get used quite a lot. I just love her. It's just a bag that I will look to try and use. I will look to take out with me because I feel great when I carry her. I don't really use the crossbody strap. Normally I am someone that being crossbody or being able to wear a crossbody is one of the things that will make me push and buy a bag. Don't use it really. Have never used the crossbody strap on this. Always carry her handheld because she's just a little piece of fabulousness, and she is number 3. Why this one above this one? Because this is obviously lighter. There are less outfits that I can wear this with because of the colours. Also, this is fabric. This is a lot more delicate in that it would stain a lot more. And when I'm dancing and bouncing her off the floor, imagine if we were bouncing this one off the floor. This leather obviously is a lot lighter as well. It's soft. It's just that this one is more delicate and I have to be a little bit more careful using her. I was tagged to do the video of the bags that I'm scared to use. I don't think I can do that video because I use all of my bags. I'm not really scared to use any of them. I use them. I try to take care of them whenever I am out, and that's why I pick up or choose this one less, because I'm conscious of where I'm going, but I'm not scared to use any of them. I love them when I use them. This one, number 3. Number 4, and this was a toss-up between this version and the magenta version because I love both of them. The colour of this one is just fabulous. Since the Birkin came along, which you can just see poking out, I have carried the Birkin probably more than this one because I've said in other videos, this mini capucines is a little bit fussy to get in and out of, and she's a little bit fussy to get your stuff in and out of, whereas in the Birkin everything's just thrown in. And if you've watched any of those other videos, you'll have seen photos of her with groceries in her, carrying her, and I love that. This one, a little bit more fussy. If you're shopping and you're getting your things in and out, it's a bit more annoying, if I'm honest, a bit more of a hassle to get in and out of, but I still love her and I love the colour and she makes me very happy to look at. But whenever I'm going maybe shopping or somewhere that's not an evening out, I'm reaching for the Birkin because it all just fires in there. This one is more for dressier, going out probably. This maybe just peaks her a little bit because with it being black, I don't have a huge collection of black bags. Black bags wouldn't be my favourite thing in the world of handbags, so I do use this one a lot. I love that it has this little blue inlay and I love this plexiglass handle. This just gives her something different and special. I think when I look at this bag, I still get that feeling inside, and if you're not a handbag lover, you're not going to get that. But there are certain bags that when I got them, when they arrived, they just, they give me this, and this feeling. And this one, when I look at her and I talk to her like the crazy person I am, I still get that feeling. She still just makes me feel something inside, which is what I love, especially with these bags at this price point. So she's number 4. Number 5 is a new addition and probably a surprise compared to some of them. When I say new addition, this is an old bag. This is probably maybe 2018, 19, maybe even before that. I missed it when it first came out. I bought this bag Preloved. Came in the old traditional chocolate brown Louis Vuitton box, which brings back a lot of memories. And yes, I'm a very sentimental person, I accept that. This is the yellow twist in the epi leather. I find epi leather really usable. Somebody did leave me a comment saying they're scratched. I have put my epi leather through the wars, like if you can, quite long. And you can, there's not a mark from it. You can't see the score marks. You can't see anything on it. This leather is so durable. I find it so easy to use. The reason this one is probably got rubbish in there. The reason this one is probably didn't drop her, look, she's still here, Gwenny. Number 5 on my most used Louis Vuitton bags is the colour. So this bag came quite a while ago, but I kept her to summer. I bought it autumn winter. I wasn't really using it at that time. I kept this bag to summer, and since the brighter weather has came, since the good weather has came, this is a bag that I have looked to reach for because she's just like a drop of sunshine. She is so bright, right up my street. Love bright colours, especially in the summer. Makes me happy, and it's a bag I wanted to use because it was just the colour of her. The one thing I will say, if you're looking at one of these bags, the twist, personally, I think it's an underrated bag for Louis Vuitton. I really, really like it. They can be quite heavy. That's just something to be aware of if you're looking at one. Carrying this for a while, it can get quite heavy on your shoulder. And also, if you're looking at these, you can get some pretty good deals on the Preloved market. This one came Preloved. I have another one up there at the top, which I bought from the store. This, I think I saved approximately a quarter or a third of the retail price by buying this one Preloved. So there are some good options for twists on the Preloved market. And I will try and find these bags and link them down below. The capucines will probably be impossible because that was a limited edition, but I will try to see what I can find for you and link it down below. These are the top 5 Louis Vuitton bags in my Louis Vuitton collection. I have had a request to do an updated Louis Vuitton handbag collection video, and I will get that done for you. I'll do this also for Chanel and show you my top 5 used Chanel bags, which is, it's probably going to be hurtful because there's more Chanel, and when I think of the ones aren't being used, that's painful when you think of the cost of them. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this, please do give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, I would love it if you would subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Please take care, and I will see you again in the next one.